into Red Room. So, I am trying to process my emotions on this fine Wednesday. I was kind of crying at work, not because of work. I mean, didn't really want to be there, but that wasn't why. Wasn't crying because of that. But, so, I'm on my period, and I always have these. Look at my nose, because my nose always acts weird. I always have these, really, I don't know, I feel like emotional release points when I'm menstruating. And I was thinking about, excuse me, like certain relationships in my life that went left and really hurt. And so I was just thinking about that today, and I was crying and stuff like that about it. And then I started to process the development of PCOS and kind of being blocked off to myself emotionally, and that kind of most likely sparked some sort of issues when you shut down emotionally to yourself. What does that do to you? So yeah, I was just thinking about that and trying to process the ability to release stuff, because I don't want to be stuck with some of these same thoughts. And so a lot of the thoughts I'm having now are abandonment thoughts and relationship, but being abandoned within a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Being let down in a relationship, things that really can not scar you, but kind of scar you or leave a bad taste in your mouth. And depending on how it goes, you never really recover from that even, you know what I'm saying? You have a certain amount of disappointments, and then eventually you stop having expectations. You kind of just give up on human beings or whatever it is. It could be dating, it could be your career aspirations. You experience enough roadblocks, setbacks, disappointments, false starts, false people, and eventually you just kind of give that shit up. So I'm kind of processing that. But I did come to the conclusion of PCOS for me being a closing off of oneself to the environment that I was in. And perhaps because the person who opened me up to where I am starting to recover from PCOS on an energetic level, because I really think, excuse me, yes, PCOS and a lot of disease states are these physical manifestations and chemical and stuff like that, but I think a lot of stuff that people are dealing with is straight energetic. And he was a body worker, and so yeah, so just processing that relationship. And it wasn't a romantic relationship, but it was just something that I was very, very cozy with. And then that disappeared, and I was very disappointed by that. And so I'm just processing a lot about that person and the energy of that person, and what I feel like I lost by that person leaving, and kind of working through what hopes and dreams I had pinned on that person, and then what did I lose when they left, and why do I think I lost when they left. This is me intellectualizing it, because this was not in my thought process when I was crying. Why did I think that? You just cry, you just let that shit out. But yeah, it was pretty cool day to cry. So that's what I did. I fucking cried. Like, that's what I did. I cried. And there it is. So I'm trying to process that PCOS. And yeah, like I kind of feel like emotionally just closed off to a lot of people. At my job, I'm kind of emotionally shutting down. I think it's just when I kind of realize I'm not in this space of receiving anymore, and I don't want to receive anymore, I kind of start to close down shop. You know, when the event's over and people start dimming the lights and telling you to take your shit and go. That's how it feels. I'm just like dimming the lights. I'm packing the plates. I'm busting down the tables, putting the chairs up in the corner so I can get the fuck on. That's how I feel emotionally. So, yeah, like, and I'm trying to stop myself from pausing and sabotaging. Really wrapping up and getting into massage and sabotaging that new beginning. And I'm trying to, because I don't really believe in Mercury retrogrades being like shitty. And I don't understand why people, I don't know, like, maybe because it's like I have a bunch of retrograde planets. They're outer planets, right? So they're not like, it's not like my Venus. Is it a retrograde? I know my Uranus, Neptune, my Saturn, my Pluto. Those are retrogrades. So I got 4 retrogrades in my chart. I knew somebody with like 7 retrogrades. I was like, God damn, the whole chart. Everything. So like, that's how I am. But yeah, really trying to focus on that emotional. And I kind of just, for me, I kind of feel like emotionally, I just don't want to keep going through this, because I kind of feel like the same theme is coming up for the last few periods of feeling like I'm going to be giving something. And then I got not getting what I give in return. And I kind of feel like it's been a lot of that throughout my life, and particularly with my work relationship. That's probably why I'm feeling it the most at my job, is because I'm kind of starting to realize like I put a lot of effort in to my job. I really do try to make an effort, and I kind of just feel like the people who don't make an effort, they're liked the most. And I've noticed this over and over, like it must be like because they don't give a fuck that like people respect them, and then the people who do really put in a lot of effort tend to get walked over. They're not appreciated. They're not stuff. And I kind of realized like that's part of me shutting down. When I start to realize we're gonna have this sort of relationship, regardless of what relationship it is, this sort of relationship where like my needs aren't gonna be met, I noticed myself shutting down. And so that's where I am. But yeah, I don't like unequal relationships. And I think I grew up watching a lot of people also be in unequal relationships. And what I mean by unequal is not man-woman type thing. What I'm saying is the energy one person is giving is not being reciprocated. To the point where like that person feels like certain emotional needs within a relationship that they have expectations of are being met. And so like this very uneven relationship outcomes is something that I'm working through. But it keeps coming up as a theme when I'm menstruating. Like it's a huge theme. Like every time I'm menstruating, like these ideas of giving a lot of myself energetically and not getting it back, and not getting reciprocation, and not getting called back, and not having good conversations and talking about X, Y, and Z, but someone, taking it for, like, how can I get it, like, in relationships, when you're trying to get to know people, like, you try to have really not deep conversation, but you try to talk about things that are not surface level, and then the person keeps you on surface level, and it's kind of like, it's not, for me, I'm very intense emotionally within myself, and outwardly I can be very intense, and I know people sense that, because I don't like to just talking about like random shit on TV all the time. Like, I want to know kind of like what your thoughts are about some stuff like that, because I genuinely like to know what people think about shit. Even if I don't agree, I'm getting better with disagreeing with people, and not being the end of the world, and me like, fuck you. Because, like, I can be very extreme with my emotions. I can be very extreme with my opinions. I can be very extreme with the action that I feel I need to take when I don't feel like someone is agreeing with me or whatever. Like, I can be very fight or flight, particularly fight, when that happens. And so, I'm working on it. I'm in the parking lot, so I don't want people to be like, oh, so much. But that is basically where I'm at. And so I'm like really processing, because every freaking period that I've had thus far this year, and it's like 4 periods this year, like, it's been kind of weird. And I really don't like these emotional revelations, but I kind of feel like the intensity with which I'm having them means that it's going to this shit is going to wrap up soon. And I'm happy about that. And I can really move on, because that's what I really want to do. I really want to move on. Like, I don't want to keep having the same cycles. And I was telling somebody today, because they asked a question, and you had to park right in front of me. Come on, bro. And they were asking something, and I was just like, I've been this way for like 20 years. You keep asking the same thing. You keep wanting to have the same cycle. Like, I don't like having a bunch of cycles that, don't get wrapped up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people like that drama where they gotta keep talking about the same shit over and over. And I think maybe that's another reason why I kind of don't fuck with my job no more, because I gotta say the same shit to people over and over and over again. And I don't like that. I don't like real repetitive tasks where I gotta always speak and like expend energy and not get it back. Like, I'm telling you, sign with your finger. You still looking around, and I'm like, could you sign with your finger? Like, sign with your finger. And so, you know, then I get frustrated, because it's just like, look, you know, there's 5 people behind you. I gotta like wrap this up. You gotta come on. But yeah, like, I'm just starting to notice that a lot of the PCOS and shutting down is kind of like perhaps a sense of I'm not going to get my needs met, so I'm not even going to like try with these people out here, and then not getting my needs met. Self-fulfilling prophecy, right? But not getting my needs met, or feeling like I'm not going to get my needs met, and then I don't even try, and then the people that come in that I didn't try with be like emotionally unavailable. Like, so it's kind of like, you know, kind of like a weird spot that I'm in. But yeah, I'm over this cycle. Like, oh my god, it's just like crazy. So that's about it. Anything else? I'll give you an update when I finish my actual cycle. How the iron went, I don't know. How the iron supplement went. And then I need to wrap up a few more things. Hopefully by the end of this month, I can be like, oh, I did my womb course. I wrapped that up. I did some whatever, wrap that. You know, like, I want to wrap these shit. And that's another thing. I want to wrap shit up. I don't want to keep doing cycles. I don't want to keep running into the same kind of person in different the same person in different bodies. I also don't want to keep going through the same issues because I keep not completing things. I want to like actually wrap things up. So yeah. And then I am going to be looking into something, and I'll tell you guys about it. Hopefully this weekend. Hopefully I can get it done this weekend. If not, then it is what it is. But yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.